Usually when on คืนพุธบนผ้าห่ม it would last like a very long time right
yes
แต่ว่าวันนี้เนี่ยเราอยากจะนำเสนอแบบอีกขั้วหนึ่งเลยเรื่องสยองสองบรรทัดประมาณนั้น He must have heard like 1,000 of ghost stories before so I was curious to know if he is good enough to predict the ending
she heard a cell phone ringing Okay, you're on speaker now. Hello? Hey. And she turns and look, and what she saw is that.
This is คำนี้ดี featuring special กลับมาอีกครั้งกับคำนี้ดีเล่าเรื่องผีหรือคำนี้ผีก็ได้
คำนี้ผี
ย่อๆอยู่กับต้นกล้าแห่งคืนพุธบุญผ้าห่มเช่นเคยสวัสดีครับ
สวัสดีครับผมหวังว่าจะยังไม่เบื่อกันนะ
ยังไม่เบื่อครับเรื่องผีเนี่ยไม่มีวันเบื่ออยู่แล้วต่อให้มันเป็นเรื่องที่เคยไปฮะเราเคยได้ยินมาแล้วอะแต่พอเล่าใหม่ในบรรยากาศใหม่กับเพื่อนกลุ่มใหม่โดยคนเล่าคนใหม่มันก็ยังน่ากลัวได้อยู่เหมือนเดิมนะ
แต่อันนี้ผมหน้าเดิมๆตลอดต้องขอ แต่ก็หวังว่าจะสนุกเพราะว่าท็อปิกวันนี้ผมก็วาด
น่าสนใจ
สนุกมาก
ปกติแล้วนะครับ the thing is usually I would be listening and you'll be telling scary stories and I kind of feel like I'm eating your power กินแรงต้นกล้าไปมากเกิน I feel like I'm not pulling my weight so I think I should contribute more so today I have prepared some scary stories for you
Oh really
yes but the difference might be usually when on คืนพุธบนผ้าห่ม it would last like a very long time right
yes
it could go on like 3 hours even 4 hours you've done that right ซึ่งการเล่าเรื่องผีแบบอยู่ในยาวอย่างนี้มันทำให้เรานึกถึงแบบเวลาไปเที่ยวนั่งล้อมวงแล้วก็เล่ากับเพื่อนไปเรื่อยๆมันก็จะมีความน่ากลัวแบบหนึ่งเนาะ
ใช่ครับมันสนุกด้วยแล้วมันก็เหมือนกับได้พอมันเพื่อนกลุ่มใหม่มันก็ได้ประสบการณ์ใหม่
ใช่ไหม
ได้รีแอคชั่นใหม่
ๆรีแอคชั่นที่สำคัญเลยนะ
ใช่ครับ
เพราะบางทีเราก็นั่งดูรีแอคชั่นของผู้คนเหล่านี้แหละว่าเฮ้ยเขากำลังแบบกลัวในเลเวลเดียวกับเราอยู่หรือเปล่า
ใช่
ประมาณนั้นนะครับแต่ว่าวันนี้เนี่ยเราอยากจะนำเสนอแบบอีกขั้วหนึ่งเลยผมไม่ได้ไปเจออะไรบางอย่างที่ผมรู้สึกว่าเฮ้ยเลอค่าพอสมควรโดยเฉพาะอย่างยิ่งกับยุคนี้ที่ทุกคนแบบช็อตคอนเทนต์มันก็จะเป็นเรื่องสยองสองบรรทัดประมาณนั้นเคยได้ยินไหม
รวดเร็ว
มาเร็วเคลมเร็วเลย
เหมือนมันจะมีอยู่ยุคหนึ่งครับI think like 10 years ago probably I'm not sure 10 years ago when I was high school มันมีเทรนด์นี้ครับเรื่องสยองสองบรรทัดมาแป๊บหนึ่งแวบหนึ่งแล้วมันก็หายไป Well let's make a comeback for it
Yeah a little because I've come across some of the very interesting ones and maybe it's not exactly like 2 lines or 2 sentences but if you're interested you can go and find some of these on Reddit and you can go and search for 2-sentence horror เรื่องสยองสองบรรทัดหรือว่าเรื่องสยองสองประโยคประมาณนั้นนะครับแต่ว่าจะมีการร่วมสนุกกับต้นกล้าเล็กน้อยเพราะว่าต้นกล้าเนี่ย he must have heard like 1,000 of ghost stories before so I was curious to know if he's good enough to predict the ending of all these stories that I have for him today and you guys can play along too ลอง guess the punchline punchline จริงๆแล้วเราก็รู้นะมันเป็นบอกว่าการตบมุกของมุกตลกใช่ไหมแต่จริงๆเหมือนหมัดฮุกครับแต่ว่า punchline ใช้กับเรื่องผีหรือว่าเรื่องเล่าน่ากลัวก็ได้นะคือประโยคสุดท้ายที่พางมาแล้วเปิดเผยความน่ากลัวทั้งหมดจะเป็นประมาณนั้นนะครับ so let's go through it one by one so this one is not exactly the shortest one but it's the longest among these short stories right okay Mommy told me never go into the basement but I wanted to see what was making that noise it kind of sounded like a puppy and I wanted to see the puppy So I opened the basement door and tiptoed down a little. I didn't see a puppy. And then Mommy yanked me out of the basement and yelled at me and Mommy had never yelled at me before. And it made me sad and I cried. Then Mommy told me never to go into the basement ever again. and she gave me a cookie. And that made me feel better, so I didn't ask her. ... How do you think this story could end?
In my image the house is เหมือนเป็นบ้านฝั่งอเมริกาในหนังผีอะไรเงี้ยครับ They have a basement and basement is scary.
Yeah, for sure.
Like especially when you go down the basement and you have this little light bulb.
Yeah, there's one hanging in the middle of the room.
Hanging and all dark.
Right.
Well, I think mommy told him that never to go in the basement again. And you've seen nothing because he saw something down in the basement. Whether it is a person that his family kept captive for a reason or some monsters coming up. I don't know. I'm just guessing the punchline.
Yeah, it's giving like the conjuring a little. You come conjuring นิดนึงนะ Okay, so let's hear the punchline. Okay. Then mommy told me never to go into the basement ever again. And she gave me a cookie. And that made me feel better. So I didn't ask her why the boy in the basement was making noises like a puppy and why he had no hands or feet. So I think you guessed correctly somehow because it's a person that the family kept.
But
in
it
the
goes
basement.
deeper than that.
Ooh. All right. So how do you like this one?
Well, I think this one is pretty creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I wanted to know more, like who is that, or mommy, and what about daddy?
Yeah.
Maybe some trouble between
Right.
the parents.
Right.
I'm not sure.
It is something about the family you think you know so well, right? And mommy seemed to be a sweet person, like gives her son cookies and stuff, and never yelled at him before. But now it's like never going to the basement again. I told you once, and I'm never gonna tell you again. So it's like two versions of mommy here. All right. So let's go to the next one.
Yeah.
Okay. This young man always sleeps with a nightlight. Not once had he ever slept in complete darkness. At 23, it's quite embarrassing, but he just can't shake his childhood fear of the dark. But one night, the bulb flickers and dies. The young man freezes, heart racing. In the sudden darkness. ... What do you think could happen?
Everything turns white. Well, in everything turns white, it will become like a fear of a UFO or something. Like something
go the other way.
Something shines into the room and everything is white. And I don't know, maybe I watched too much sci-fi horror, but
and then he gets sucked onto the UFO.
Oh, maybe. I don't know.
Maybe. All right, let's hear the punchline here, okay? So one night, the bulb flickers and dies. The young man freezes, heart racing. And in the sudden darkness, he hears a faint whisper. Finally. It's like he never sleeps in the dark ever. And then the darkness comes. And finally.
Yeah. This reminds me of a short horror film called Lights Out.
Ooh.
Yeah, you can search it on YouTube if you want. There's this lady who lives in the house and she turns off the light and she saw some darker creature.
I think
and
I've seen that.
She turns on the light, it disappears. And in the end, oh my God, it's scary. It's really scary.
Just go search.
Just go search.
Yeah, it will spook you, I promise.
Lights Out.
Yeah. Okay, the next one. I woke up to the sound of my mom calling my name from the kitchen. Groggy, I got up and headed toward her voice. As I reached the hallway, I heard a whisper from behind me. Don't go. I heard it too. What do you think happened? Or whose voice is that?
Maybe something bad's about is going to happen if you go in there. And maybe the dead parents or some dead relatives tell them. I don't know. It may seem to orthodox. I think this is more
Yeah.
advanced than that.
Yeah, the punchline is, "Don't go. I heard it too. The voice belonged to my mom, hiding in the closet." So, the voice from the kitchen. Whose voice is that, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So, I think based on this, you can guess the punchline of the next one. As I tucked my son into bed, he whispered, "Daddy, can you check for monsters under my bed?" Smiling, I bent down to look, and underneath, I saw him. ...
I know this one.
Yeah.
I know this one. I'm gonna say it.
Yeah.
When Daddy looks down under the bed, he saw his son saying, "Daddy, there's a demon sleeping on my bed."
Right. So underneath, I saw him, my son, wide-eyed, trembling. He whispers, "Daddy, there's someone on my bed."
Yeah. This one is a good classic one.
Right.
I really
It's
like this one.
Who is that? I think that was my son. Apparently, it's not. Or the person under the bed might be the imposter.
Yeah.
Who knows, right?
Who knows?
Yeah. Okay. So we have come down to the last two, which is a real like 2-sentence horror. So I give you one sentence and you guess another sentence,
Okay.
which is supposed to be punchline, right?
Okay.
Okay. I came home to find my wife sitting at the kitchen table waiting for me. ...
Oh, this one will be scary.
Okay.
She asked me, "Where did you go last night?" Because you haven't came home.
Oh, this is like too real.
Too real.
This
or
is
like
too real.
she and it was 3 a.m. and she sits in the kitchen and you came home.
This is too real, man.
Too real. It's too real.
It doesn't even have to be a ghost story, and it's already scary.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the punchline is, "The funeral was yesterday." So this is the ghost of his wife.
Yeah.
Apparently. Okay. All right. And the last one. I smiled at my reflection in the mirror. ...
It smiles back at me.
Actually, it didn't smile back.
Oh, it didn't smile back at me.
All right. But it could be creepy too if it like smile but in a different way.
Yeah, like you smiles and then it stops a little bit and smiles
Oh
back
God,
at
that's
you.
even
Yeah.
creepier. Woo. All right. So how do you like the short, scary stories? If you like it, you can search online for more of them because
Yeah.
there are a lot out there on the internet.
I think personally, I really like it. And as I mentioned, like 10 years ago, when short stories used to be a thing, is when I play Facebook and all about Facebook is like a post, a meme or something.
Yeah.
And yeah, a lot of those were short stories with like some image and you see the sentence a little bit. Yeah.
สำหรับคนเวลาน้อยอะประมาณว่ายุคนี้อาจจะต้องบอกว่า time saving นิดนึงนะครับ
saving
คนก็อาจจะชอบอะไรที่ไวๆแต่ว่าผมรู้สึกว่าเรื่องยาวเรื่องสั้นก็มีเสน่ห์ในแบบของมัน
ใช่ครับใช่ครับ
ใช่ไหม
ผมว่ามันเราเสพเป้าหมายเป็นสิ่งเดียวกัน แต่สิ่งที่เราเหมือนกับระหว่างเราเสพผมว่ามันอยู่ที่ระหว่างเราเสพครับ
ใช่
like when for example if you're in traffic you would want to listen to like a long stories which help you clears your mind of thinking about work thinking about traffic like something to be a friend of your journey in a car or something
แต่ถ้าเป็นเรื่องผีแล้วฟังตอนขับรถประมาณเที่ยงคืนอะไรเงี้ยก็อีกฟิลนึงนะ
อีกฟิลนึง
อาจจะได้อีกแบบนึง
yeah but for like a short punching stories is like I think it's really good if you are in a campfire or something and when it's your turn and you can't think of anything and you're just like I'm gonna end this shortly and bang.
Do you have anything like this?
Yeah, actually I have.
Really?
I have like 2 short stories of my own.
Wow, let's hear it.
One is from a Western side and another one is from Japanese side.
All right.
Yeah, short stories. First one is you're the last man on earth and someone knocks on your door.
that's it
That's
just
it.
like that
Yeah.
yeah
เรื่องสยองสองบรรทัด
eerie
Yeah, it's really eerie. You're the last
because
man
you
on
know for a fact that you're the last man on earth right
Yeah.
but who's knocking
Yeah.
wow
And the other one is that there's this family, a dad, a mom, and a son. His dad actually had a fight with his wife, and then the fight leads to some violence, which caused the mother to pass away. But his son is really close to the mother. They're really close together. But even after death, his son is still normal. Everything is normal after funeral, after the incidents. His son still acts the same.
so there's no sign of like sadness or crying
No sign of
whatsoever?
sadness, no sign of crying, nothing. So his dad wonders, why is that? And his son said, because mom is still here. Said, no, mom is not there. Mom is not in this house anymore. Like, move on. Let's move on. It's just me and you now. No, he's behind you. Always, all the time. Yeah.
oh my god
This one is Japanese, so
like
you
this
get
one.
the Japanese vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah. เรื่องสยองสองบรรทัด
if it's not true it's the best way of the son like revenge yeah his mother with his dad wow okay because from now on he will never have a good night of sleep and he will have to like turn over to his back all the time
Yeah.
oh it's such a good one I like it
Yeah.
so if you like something like this but a longer version probably and you wouldn't mind spending time with some people like a couple thousand people who share the same like things that you love which is scary stories you do not want to miss this event บายรับทราบ and ขึ้นพุทธมุดมะห่มใช่ไหมครับ
Oh, ครับผม So next month I don't know well today I think it's still September but by the time this video goes online it might be really close to the event because the event occurs
how we
in
plan it.
October 12 and 13 so Saturday and Sunday there's still some tickets available on Sunday like we're really close to the sold out on Sunday
congratulations
thank you so
Wow.
much well first of all I have to thank all of you who have been watching me and supports me and buy tickets for the events that we've planned and for those of you who haven't buy but want to listen to stories like in the real event then you can go ahead and purchase it on the concert app application
okay
and come and enjoy the show and yeah thank you so much
You use the word the show so it's not just you telling the stories like the year that you have done before right like last year but it's gonna be like the whole show so what's gonna be more special about it
yeah now ตอนนี้เมื่อกี้ผมขนลุกเลยครับ พี่บิ๊กต่อประโยคได้แบบว่าสุดยอดมากเลย
ไม่ได้ซ้อมกันนะครับ
ไม่ได้ซ้อมกันนะ
อันนี้มาจากความสงสัยจริงๆ
เชื่อมต่อประโยคมาได้แบบสุดยอดนะครับ yeah because last year is about telling ghost stories and we figured that well people of course it's like เหมือนจัดรายการนะครับแต่แค่อยู่บนเวทีแล้วแค่มีผู้คนได้มานั่งดูแบบสดๆเนาะ but we think last year we did that and so this year we don't want to do the same thing again we want to try something different we want to challenge ourselves like see if we can create something new and it might set standard for the next show or like next year or next year if we are going to make some things right and yeah so we decide to make a show so it's not just a talk show there will be performance there will be some acting and also there will be telling ghost stories
all together combined
like a combination of combination of telling ghost stories in a everything is new for us for our team but we work really hard and we hope it pays off for those of you who came
แต่เชื่อว่าแฟนๆจะต้องตามไปแบบสนับสนุนเพราะว่ามันก็เป็นอีกหนึ่งก้าวย่างที่สำคัญของคืนพุธของรับทราบด้วยนะครับเพราะฉะนั้นน่าจะต้องขอบคุณมากๆกับคนที่แบบมีบัตรอยู่ในมือแล้วเดี๋ยวก็จะได้มาเจอกัน
ใช่ครับต้องขอบคุณทุกท่านที่เชื่อมั่นในโชว์ครั้งนี้
เชื่อมั่นในความน่ากลัว
เชื่อมั่นว่ามันจะสนุกแน่ๆแล้วสนใจแล้วซัพพอร์ตเราด้วยการแบบว่าเสียเงินซื้อบัตรมาดูอะไรเนี่ย
วันนี้ต้นกล้ามาถึงคำนี้ดีทั้งทีนะครับก็ต้องเรื่องผีสักหนึ่งซึ่งจริงๆแล้วเนี่ยเรื่องผีในคำนี้ดีอาจจะเล่าเป็นภาษาอังกฤษแล้วก็อาจจะไม่น่ากลัวมากๆเท่ากับที่เล่าในภาษาไทยแต่มันได้ศัพท์สำนวนได้ความรู้นะแล้วก็อาจจะได้อีกหนึ่งไว้เป็นการเช็คด้วยว่าถ้าเกิดฟังแล้วน่ากลัวเฮ้ยภาษาอังกฤษเราใช้ได้นะเพราะว่าฟังแล้วแบบกลัวได้จริงๆอะไรเงี้ยขอหนึ่งเรื่องครับต้นกล้าวันนี้เป็นการอุ่นเครื่องด้วยสำหรับอีเวนต์ของคืนพุธครับ
ได้เลยครับผม This is even today I think this is one of the most scariest stories that I have ever told
wow
There's this girl she's not a girl sorry she's a lady there's this lady in Japan we have this summer events called Natsumatsuri and so all the people who will gathers around the temple area or the shrine area and opens the shop for example like yakisoba shops takoyaki shops
like a stall food stall
yeah like a street food you get the feel and so this lady she worked on some place like that like she also have her little food truck and when this events occur she will drive and she will set up a little shop and she will sell the food to the people and on that year a lot of people gather to the shrine she sells a lot of foods and also you don't only get a customers but you also get some friends too like when you open a shop a person next to you who opens the shop too you will have a lot of conversations
sure
you go there before the event starts and you stay there even all the people go home right you have to stay there
close up the shop
close the shop cleaning and stuff and so she became a good friend with another lady they had a lot of conversation together and she also tells a lot of stories about her husband that like her husband is really good guy like how they've met and they're planning for their marriage and something congratulations it's really good to hear if you don't mind come to our marriage too or something like that and so they became good friends and so even after the events after the festival people already heads home and all the other shops already starts closing and a lot of the people who opens the shop goes home already but because it's the last day of the festival and so they talk a lot they like where do you plan to go next which prefecture like they also have the same events and okay let's go here like you don't mind let's reserve the place together and something and when she realized it's just two of them in the place and so her friends like I'm done closing the shop do you want me to stay with you and she said it's okay it's already late your husband will be worried and so okay I'll go first and catch up with you later she packs everything into the van and left and so she also packs everything and okay there's nothing to pack anymore and so after I think about 10 minutes after the lady left she also packs and she also drove the same way because the festival takes place in the mountains
okay
the road to the city is a small road and no lights no street lights it's just a small road down so she drives turn on the radio and the radio is the reception is not so good so okay I'll just sit in quiet And so she sits, she just thinks about other things, about work, about all this, all the things that happens. And suddenly, in the darkness, she saw a car like down the road. And that car has this red lights coming from behind, which means that that car brakes.
Yeah.
So it's really bright red. And so, okay, there might be some trouble in front of her. That is why a car brakes. And let's see what happens there. And so she drives and gets closer to the car. And she recognized the car. It's the same car that her friend ride before her. And when it gets closer, she saw that car crashes to the tree on the left side. And the damage is it's a pretty severe damage. And so, oh my God, she brakes, she gets off the car. The only light in that place is her headlights from the car, right? And let's see what happened. And so she walks closer to the car and she saw a driver hanging from the door mirror.
Right.
Like it's pretty heavy crash, and her head's like her long hair like falls down.
Oh God. I
the
totally
side
see
of
the
the
picture in my head right now.
And she's like, is she okay? Are you okay? She's afraid. Of course, it's pretty gross. Yeah. Well, even though you know her, even though you're worried for her, but there's blood dripping down her hair, and all the windshields like cracks, and she's like, are you okay? Hey, do you hear me? And there's no response. So, what should I do? What should I do now? So she's the first one who is in the scene, right? So she has to call ambulance. So she starts calling the ambulance. And the ambulance said that, okay, we know the place. It's a street before the shrine, right? We'll be there. I think it will take us around 25 minutes or 20 minutes because it's
up
far
into the mountain.
Yes, it's up into the mountain. Please be there. And so just be there. So okay, I'll be right there. I'm sorry, can you check if the driver is okay? Is she still breathing? And so we know like we know what to prepare for. Okay, so how do you want me to check? I've never I don't know how to move the body. I don't know how. Well, you just gently check her breathing. So okay, I'll check her breathing. So she goes close to the girl, and she puts her finger right underneath the nose. And yeah, the crash is really heavy. The blood is everywhere on the face. She puts her finger really close and she feels nothing. So she knew that เหมือนเสียชีวิตคาที่อะครับ So she's not breathing. Okay, we'll be there as soon as possible. So just stay there, okay? It will take 20 minutes. And the ambulance hang up. What should I do now? Everything is so quiet. There's no car passing by, and
here I am sitting with the corpse.
Yeah. She's like, okay. I'll just go back to my car, sit there. And when she starts to walk back to the car, she heard a cell phone ringing. It's really, really loud because silence there.
Right.
It's really loud. And so she checked her pocket, but her phone is not ringing.
Okay.
So, okay. It must be her phone. It must be her husband. Worried for her. She go close to the car, and she saw that the phone is on the passenger side. but she can't go to the passenger side because the car crashed on the left side.
Okay.
And so she saw that there's no way that I can walk to that side and grab the phone. So what she have to do is that you have to reach it from the driver's side to that cell phone. And so she, okay, what should I do? And the phone just ring. I don't want to put my hands in there and
Because you'd be so close to the body and that is too scary.
Yeah. And the phone just keeps ringing and she also feels guilty if she don't answer the phone, right? Maybe it's her relative or her husband is worried about her well-being. So she has to inform the person. So she's like, okay, I'll do this. She gets really close, really close and puts her hand down to the passenger side. And when she grabs the phone, she's just like, oh my God. And what she feels is that she is absolutely sure that the person is already a corpse. Because even though you get so close, there's no breathing, there's no
any kind of movement,
any sound that came from the mouth, nothing. So it's like, okay. And so she answered the phone. So, hey, where are you now? I'm waiting. I'm already home. How long will it take you to be home? Hey, I'm sorry to say this. It's really difficult, but your wife, she got an accident. She's in a crash and she's really in a bad shape. Like, oh really? Oh my God. What do I do now? Do you call ambulance to do that? Yeah, I called the ambulance and they will head here, I think in around like 15 minutes. Okay. I'll be there. Is she okay? She can't say to the husband that.
Yes.
Yeah, she can't say.
I can't either. Like, she's already dead. Click. You cannot do that.
Yeah, you cannot do that. And so she just said like, yeah, I think she passed out. I'm not sure, but she's not responding to my call. Okay, so I have an idea. Can you put me on speakerphone and I'll call her. Maybe she will respond to my voice.
Okay.
Like yeah. Are you sure? I don't think she'll. Yeah. Just please listen to me and please do as I say.
Yeah.
Let me try.
Yeah.
Let me try. I'm like, okay. Get close to the corpse again. Okay. Put on a speaker. Okay, you're on speaker now. Okay. Hello? Hey. Hello? Can you hear? Hey, are you okay? She's like, okay. Can you please bring the phone closer, like a really close to her ear, so she can hear the speaker? Oh, okay. She puts her hand really close to the corpse, but she turns away. She don't want to see. She puts the phone really close, and she's like, hello, hey, can you hear me? Hey, please wake up. Hey, can you hear me? Hello? Okay. You'll be home. Okay. The sound from the speaker starts to... It's like they're having conversation. And so she's like, what? I'm sure she's dead. And she turns and look, and what she saw is that the girl she thought was dead put her heads up. Blood dropping from her mouth. And you can see like some teeth are falling too, and like trying to speak up something to the phone. But her husband, like, okay, you'll be home, right? Okay, you're fine, right? You're fine, right? Yeah, I'm
it's
so
like
worried.
They're having a normal
They're
conversation.
having a normal conversation.
And nothing is wrong.
Yeah, but obviously the sound that came from her is like the blood dripping from her mouth, and she's like so scared. She dropped the phone to the ground and like ran back to the car, and oh my god, that's so scary. And she doesn't know how long before the ambulance came, but it feels like forever to her because everything is so quiet. Even though she's in the car, she still sees the head hanging, the hair falling, and so the ambulance came. She saw the red and blue lights from the road and a lot of people gather around, and she saw the husband who she think is the husband also drives the car to the scene. Well, the ambulance pulled the body to the van and they drove off, but the husband is like, thank you so much, thank you for being there with her. I'm shocked because I just talked to her and she said she said she will go home. She said her friend is there with her, so you don't have to worry. And so thank you so much. And it's the least, I think it's the least you did for us, but it means a lot to me because she said goodbye and I had my chance to say, even though I didn't say goodbye to her, but it's good. It still feels good that she said goodbye to me before.
Thanks to you being there with her.
Yeah, so he had his final conversation with his wife.
Oh man.
Yeah เรื่องก็ประมาณนี้ครับ
เรื่องมันก็ประมาณนี้แหละครับ
ครับผม
จริงๆหลายๆคนอาจจะมีความรู้สึกว่าแบบโอ้โหสิ่งที่เราเห็นในหัวมันก็น่ากลัวมากแล้วอะแต่ถ้าสมมติเกิดอยากได้ตัวช่วยในงานนี้มีตัวช่วยด้วย เพราะอย่างที่บอกว่ามันไม่ได้เล่าเฉยๆแต่ว่ามันมีการแสดงเกิดขึ้นมันน่าจะมีแสงสีเสียงดนตรีของเข้าใจถูกไหมว่า
ใช่ครับ
อะไรก็ตามที่จะช่วยบิว
มันก็จะมีซีนารีให้เห็นอะไรอย่างนี้เลยครับใช่ครับประมาณนั้นก็ลองไปรับชมกันได้นะครับ
And can I ask what kind of stories will we be hearing? Like, is it like a Japanese ghost story? Is it like Western or?
Well, for this show, every story is new. It's the stories I haven't told before.
Whoa.
And it's the story that we put our effort for. So I would say some of the stories happens in real life. And I haven't told before.
Wow.
But we also mix that to our stories.
Yeah.
So it doesn't เหมือนมันจะไม่ได้กระทบกับใครเพราะว่ามันก็มีหลายเหตุการณ์ที่เกิดขึ้นจริงนะครับที่เป็นเรื่องของทีมงานต่างๆที่ร่วมกันมาแล้วก็มันก็จะเป็นเรื่องราวที่สนุกสนานแน่นอน
ถ้าเกิดติดตามต้นกล้าเป็นประจำจะรู้สึกได้เลยว่าตรงนี้มันน่าตื่นเต้นเพราะว่า he must have told like hundreds of stories before and this is brand new so he has never told these stories anywhere before even on his shows right and the other thing is that we always love when the stories based on real stories or at least based on real people
yes
because we kind of feel that whoa this is somewhat real too
yes
not like all fictional right
yes
yeah
a lot of the stories in the show will be based on true stories
wow พลาดไม่ได้แล้วแต่จริงๆแล้วณจุดนี้ที่คุณได้ชมวิดีโอเนี่ยอาจจะขายหมดไปแล้วหรือว่าอะไรยังไงมันมีทางที่สมมุติแบบขายหมดไปแล้วแต่ว่ายังอยากจะเสพสิ่งเหล่านี้มันมีให้เสพทีหลังไหมครับต้นกล้า
มีครับผมอันนี้ก็สำหรับใครที่ไม่ได้สะดวกมาดูนะครับเราก็จะมีทั้งหมดเนี่ยแหละครับที่เป็นเกี่ยวกับโชว์อะไรเงี้ยเอามาลงออนไลน์เหมือนกันแต่ก็อาจจะช่วงสักประมาณปีใหม่อะไรเงี้ยครับผม 2-3 เดือนใช่ครับเพราะว่าเราก็อยากให้ทุกคนได้ดูในสิ่งที่เราตั้งใจทำอยู่แล้วครับแต่สุดท้ายแล้วเหมือนโอเคการที่คุณมาดูข้างหน้ามันอาจจะไม่ได้เหมือนกับการที่คุณดูผ่านจอคอมพิวเตอร์หรือว่าจอโทรศัพท์มือถือใช่ครับ
เพราะฉะนั้นตอนนี้ถ้าโค้งสุดท้ายเนาะถ้ายังมีโอกาสลองเข้าไปเช็คเดี๋ยวเราขึ้นข้อมูลนี้ให้ถ้าเกิดยังเจอแบบ available ก็รีบหยิบฉวยโอกาสนี้เอาไว้แล้วกันนะครับผมเป็นอะไรใหม่ๆในวงการแบบ storytelling โดยเฉพาะแบบเรื่องผีเรื่องน่ากลัวซึ่งเอาจริงมันก็มีคนทำอยู่เนาะแต่ว่าทำถึงขนาดออกมาเป็นอีเวนต์ขนาดนี้ก็ไม่ใช่ว่าทำกันเยอะแล้วเราก็รู้สึกว่ามันก็อาจจะเป็นอีกหนึ่งอย่างที่ช่วยแบบ satisfy แฟนๆ
ใช่ครับ
ได้
ก็สิ่งที่ผมคาดหวังกันแล้วกันนะครับมันอาจจะเป็นแบบเหมือนเป้าหมายแล้วกันเนาะครับผมก็มีเป้าหมายว่าปกติแล้วเวลาเรามีอีเวนต์เรามีอะไรต่างๆเนี่ยครับถ้าในไทยก็จะมีคอนเสิร์ตให้ดูประเทศเรามีคอนเสิร์ตให้ดูเยอะมากเลยนะครับจะเป็นศิลปินต่างประเทศจะเป็นศิลปินไทยบ้านเราหรือว่าจะเป็นงานอีเวนต์ต่างๆเราก็แค่รู้สึกว่ามันคงจะดีถ้ามันมีอีเวนต์อะไรที่มันไม่ได้เขาเรียกว่าที่มันแตกต่างออกไปที่มันให้ความรู้สึกกับคุณผู้ชมคุณผู้ฟังในอีกรูปแบบหนึ่งที่มันไม่ได้เป็นความสนุกจากเสียงเพลงเสียงดนตรีแต่มันเป็นความสนุกกับการได้ฟังเรื่องราวและได้เห็นการ performance แสดงบนสเตจอะไรอย่างเงี้ยครับ
หมายเหตุนะครับงานนี้เล่าเป็นภาษาไทยนะครับ
เล่าเป็นภาษาไทย
นะครับต้นกล้าอุตส่าห์บอกว่าเล่าเรื่องผีเป็นภาษาอังกฤษให้กับเราเฉพาะที่คำดีๆ ขอบคุณมากๆเพราะรู้สึกว่าโอ้ยมันก็ต้องไปเตรียมตัวต้องไปทำการบ้านอะไรกันพอสมควรนะครับแต่ว่าก็ชอบมากในช่วงหลายเดือนที่ผ่านมานี้มันก็เป็นรสชาติใหม่ๆที่คำนี้ดีด้วยว่าโอ้ยเราจริงๆแล้วเราจะคุยกันหรือว่าแลกเปลี่ยนเรื่องราวอะไรกันก็ได้ในภาษาอะไรก็ได้ตราบใดที่เรารู้สึกว่ามันเซิร์ฟวัตถุประสงค์ไม่ว่าจะเป็นการแบบอยาก educate หรือว่าอยาก entertain หลายๆครั้งนอกจาก entertain กับความน่ากลัวแล้วเนี่ยเราได้ข้อมูลใหม่ๆที่น่าสนใจเหมือนกับตอนที่เราเล่าเรื่องผีอินเดียหรืออะไรอย่างนี้มันก็เฮ้ยหลายๆอย่างเราไม่เคยรู้มาก่อนซึ่งเราก็เรียนรู้จากมันได้
มันจะมีความ edutainment
ใช่
ครับ
ครับผม
edutainment
ขอบคุณต้นกล้ามากๆแล้วก็ติดตามนะครับคืนพุธมุดผ้าห่มเป็นประจำแล้วก็น่าจะยังมีอะไรใหม่ๆที่ติดตามออนไลน์แล้วก็ถ้าสมมติเกิดสะดวกก็ไปพบปะกับทีมงานแบบ on ground ได้ด้วยนะครับ
ใช่ครับผม
ครับผมวันนี้ขอบคุณมากๆครับ
ขอบคุณมากๆครับ
สวัสดีครับ
ขอบคุณทุกท่านครับผม